Good evening and welcome back to Mage Quest. I'm Arkandos. This is going to be the site of our new village for our villager. I know we just got one guy, but it'll multiply. We'll get some other guys from the other village that he left that you might choose to join him over here. But yeah, I think mostly we're going to start with building today, so let's get going. So here we are at the site of my new village. I chose this location because I didn't want to have a nice flat area. I kind of wanted to have like a nice like tiered or natural feel to it. So I wanted to pick an area that's going to have a little bit more variation of terrain and a little bit more variation of heights of terrain. So I decided to go with this more hilly area over here behind the Ender Portal. Now what I'm doing here is I'm laying out the fence for the outer gates basically. I wanted to have a nice fence going all the way around the area, and I wanted to use as many magical blocks as possible in this. So instead of using like just planks or something like that, these are stockades from Witchery. These are just made with logs and exhale of the horned one, which you can get by putting saplings, oak saplings, into a witch's oven and cooking them up. You get about maybe 5% of the time you'll get one, but it takes a lot of saplings. Luckily we had a lot on hand, so I got a lot of exhale of the horned one, made a few stacks of this so we could lay our outer boundaries for our village. For the wall itself, I just kind of made the pattern here, and I didn't want to really have a plan in mind. I just kind of put it where it laid based on the terrain, and then went around and just made it higher. And on the corridors, what I did was to make it look a little bit more natural, I raised some of them up, and then dropped some of them down, as you'll see here. So certain corners will be a little bit higher, certain ones will be a little bit lower, depending on if it's an interior or exterior corner, but I try to get a consistent pattern going around the whole outside here. With the exterior wall done, it was time to turn our attention to the gate. Here I just wanted to keep it pretty simple, just use more stockades and some fences and torches to make it a little nice inviting area for passersby to happen upon. And I decided to put down some Thaumcraft Greatwood planks here, so that when people approach it, they know right from the start that they're entering a magical village. To keep with the theme of Magical Village, I decided I would make the focal point of this village be a silverwood tree, right in the center here, as the town square, and all the roads would flow off of that. So I wanted to create some branching roads just so I get an idea of where the buildings are going to go. They're going to be varying styles and varying sizes. I don't quite have a plan in place for what I'm going to do for all the buildings yet, but we'll get at least one built today in just a moment. Moving on to our very first building here, I decided to put it right at the corner here, and I wanted to begin by having it be kind of a multi-level thing here. There's a lot of different terrain right here, so I want to have it kind of go down to get into the building here. So go into the basement, I'm going to dig this out, and then build up the walls around it. Here I'm using some more Greatwood logs to reinforce the magical thing here, but I think this house will mostly focus on Botania stuff, but it's going to use a little bit of magic from everything. So the house will have a rooftop garden as part of it here, where all the Botania flowers might be growing. A nice little garden growing here. And then it'll have an entrance from the building into the terrace here, where the garden's going to be. And then have a second mid-tier section here, which will have a second entranceway. So this will have several different levels to it. I decided to incorporate some oakwood planks into here. To complete the building, I wanted to put some glass in here, so I decided to use mana glass from Botania, because it has a nice little tint to it. And this is a Botania house anyways, so there should be something from Botania that it uses. So we got most of it done here. Let's go take a look in first person to see the final product. Alright, so let's go take a look at our house here. I did a little bit of work on the interior here, but I didn't do much so far. But it looks pretty good. And the town is looking, I don't know, I thought it was a little bit small from the air, but, you know, it probably will work. It's going to be dense. If the houses are this size, this might be the biggest house we build. I mean, I want to have a nice big one planned over here. This is kind of out of sorts. Didn't really finish the wall right there. Okay, we got a little bit of a breach. Let's do this. These things take forever to break too, unfortunately. There we go. So I got a little breach here. Build that up a little bit more. Sorry, man. And then, yeah, so, yeah, I was going to put another house over here. Then I made this house really big, so now I have to really think how I'm going to put this house in here. It's going to have to probably be in like an L shape. And then this house was supposed to be a house up here, too. Then a small house down here. This is going to be a very, very dense village. And then a house over here, maybe. I don't know. It's a little not a very big area for a house over there. And then a house over here, house right here, and then finally one right there is the next plan. So maybe we'll get another house built today still too. I think what we want to do is I did put down these warding stones here. I don't think they're gonna work though. Do I have a wand? I think if I hold a wand, I can see if they're working. No wand. Okay, I must be back at the house. Let's do this. Bam. There we go. Oh, we're outside. That's fine. And it's probably upstairs if we have it. Probably in this right here. There it is. So yeah, the warding stones. I think they need the way they work. They need a solid. They need a solid wall around them, so it acts like a doorway block, and it can sense if there's solid blocks there. And if there's no, and these are not solid blocks, so since those are above it, it might not work. Yeah, okay, the wand isn't really reacting with it either, but yeah, I kind of like the entranceway though. Not bad. I might want to switch out the wood on this top beam here, to other color of stockades possibly to make it look a little nicer. But I do like the overall look of this place. It looks very like just like pop up kind of village here, and it's gonna get very dense here. This might actually even be a little too modern. So that's one of the thoughts I was having too, is that this might be too modern for the style I was going for here, but it should be still cool. Let's go take a look inside now, seeing as how I did a little work in there. So you'll come down in here. This will be the basement area. Just have basically nothing down here yet, but we had to have a furnace in the wall here. And then this is just supplies for building I have stashed in here. And then I have a arcane levitator here, so you get to the second floor. And this is where you'll come in if you want to get to the second floor. So the main living area is going to be downstairs. And then up here is just another walkway, maybe like a loft bedroom, or maybe I'll put a fence in here. Not too sure. And this is the garden area. No doors in here yet, but this will be the garden area. So hopefully this has 1, 2, 3, 4 doors on it when we're all said and done here. So maybe that'll count for a lot of villagers, hopefully. We shall see. I really want this village nice and populated though. And then, yeah, so I think I want to put like a nice little hut right here. Much more small, much more simple than that one is. Kind of like a witch's hut like we see out in the world here. Or one of those hobgoblin huts, maybe. Something like that, similar to that. Up here, kind of something similar probably, maybe more of a house. Over here is going to be another hut. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3 huts at least. And then the bigger houses are going to be this one. There's going to be one here, and one here will be the bigger houses. And then like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 huts total. So maybe we'll get one of those built today just to demonstrate kind of what I have in mind. But it will be like the hobgoblin ones if we can find one quick here. Where did they go, you think? We can find one quickly. I don't know where the closest one is. But you've seen them all over the place. They pop up constantly. What is this structure? Oh, it was just nothing to mine. We've probably dug it out already though. Looks like we worked that one over pretty well. Yeah, I'm not seeing the hobgoblin hut. There we go. Nope, that's not it. Looks gotta be one around here someplace. That's not a bad size house though. Something like that might work for a small house on the property, for a small village house. This is another one of these cabin houses which we used early on. No, actually, this one's different. I'll say this is different from the one we had early on. This is more of a stable here. No hobgoblin house though. I'm seeing mushrooms on the minimap here. Nothing that actually is a house. Oh well, you've seen them before. We've visited them many times. So I don't really know. Just need to show an example right now. But that's kind of the aesthetic we're gonna go for. And I think maybe I will build one in a moment here, just to have something else built up today. This is an odd looking great wood tree. Did I do some mining on this possibly, or did I do some cutting? Maybe I did. What I've been using is the axe of the stream here, and I've showed this off before, but it works from the top down. So that could have happened over here. Maybe. I don't know. This part's disconnected. That usually doesn't happen. So yeah, this is the house. Looks pretty good though, I think. I mean, again, it looks a little bit more modern than I was hoping for, but I think it looked up pretty nicely. Pretty simple. The only issue is that we did capture one villager last time, and he has since disappeared. So I don't know if he got killed somehow or wandered off on the rooftops, and then he could have wandered off into the arcane levitator and wandered up here, and then maybe got destroyed by something that was spawning up here, possibly. I do have these. Where did they go? I had a lamp here that should stop things from spawning, though. There it is. Yeah, this should stop things from spawning, so maybe not. But he is gone. He's long gone. He gave up on us already. So we'll have to get a new villager, a new Thaumcraft villager. But yeah, he's not even home anymore, unfortunately. So he wasn't worthy enough to be our apprentice, unfortunately. We'll have to get somebody else to do it. Nothing else really had planned for this episode, so I guess what I'll do is actually just take another moment here. We'll do another building portion of the episode here, and I'll work on making a little hut here with the materials we already have gathered and have this house a little fleshed out a little bit more, and then I'll be right back. So let's get to building some more. So for the first house, I wanted to get the basic pattern for everything laid out, and I knew I was going to copy this to other houses here and make these huts kind of all look the same, and just use different variations of color and different kinds of wood. So I wanted to get this first one right, so I kind of took a little bit of extra time and planned it out, made some extra changes to it as we went along here. I didn't really have a plan in mind. I don't know exactly what those hobgoblin houses look like. I had a basic idea though. I didn't know how big I wanted to make it either, so you're going to see me expanding it a little bit here just to get the right size for it. But then I think I had a good size here finally. Then I dug out the first edge to make a pattern, and I started laying in the pattern. And then it was just a matter of making it look good. Here I experimented with a few other things. Finally just landed on some simple blocks to complete the building here. Here I decided to go with great wood planks and spruce wood. And then top it off with some regular oak half slabs. Now the only thing left to do is to copy the same pattern to the other houses. Unfortunately, I'm missing a clip of me building the second house, but here's me finishing up the third. Here it is using some witchery woods, and then also some silverwood planks to finish up the house. And there you have it. So this is our village. It's coming along. Got a few buildings made today. It takes a long time to get these done, so that's all I'm going to do for this episode, unfortunately. But I'll be back for another one very, very soon. Hope you're enjoying it, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.